Now let's take a look at the budget for the clean water utility. There are 4 major budget components to the clean water utility. 1. Operating expenses. Clean water operating expenses include maintenance and supplies costs, the cost of any contractual services, and personnel costs to support the daily operations and maintenance associated with the village's 85 miles of curb and gutter sections, 53 miles of storm sewer pipe, 3,835 storm structures, such as stormwater inlets, catch basins, manholes, and our entire network of roadways, ditches, culverts, creeks, streams, and rivers. Annual operating and maintenance objectives of the clean water utility are clean 1,100 stormwater inlets, sweep all 85 miles of our curb and gutter sections 4 times throughout the year, install new roadway culverts, replace deteriorated and failing roadway culverts, and video inspect all newly constructed storm pipes for proper installation, which is paid for by the developer. 2. New program costs. The purpose of Clean Water Utility is to ensure the village comes into compliance with its Stormwater Discharge Permit NR 216 and stays compliant into the future. As such, the following programs are required of the utility, as well as some programs that address requirements of the near future. All of these new programs are included as part of the 2007 budget. Public education and outreach. In the coming months, we will provide 7 public outreach topics meant to increase public awareness of the negative impacts resulting from polluted stormwater runoff and encourage change in public behavior to help reduce these impacts. The village will post the NR 216 annual report on our website at www.pleasantprairieonline.com. In April of 2008, the first report of the 2007 budget year will be available. The village will keep you informed of our permit compliance activities, as well as host an open house for residents to learn more about our efforts to mitigate this type of pollution. Illicit discharge detection and elimination. This program is monitoring stormwater discharge and detecting unwanted pollutants. The village conducts visual surveys of all major outfalls during dry seasons to identify and determine why water is flowing through the stormwater system during dry weather, when there should be little or no flow. This is termed detection. Once detected, the utility will investigate where the discharge originated, report the incidents, and take necessary steps to remove or shut down the source. Construction site pollution control. The village is responsible for making sure that construction sites have a minimal impact on stormwater infiltration. Raw earth is usually exposed during construction, and this leads to erosion during rainstorms. The village currently has an erosion control ordinance in effect. Our engineering department reviews plans for all new development and commercial construction to ensure that these projects are designed to meet all stormwater management performance standards set by the state of Wisconsin. Recently created mandates require municipalities to closely monitor and maintain all municipally owned ponds and detention or retention basins. In addition, the village is required to prepare a stormwater pollution prevention plan for all municipally owned garages and surface storage areas. Pollution prevention planning. Pollution prevention includes street sweeping and cleaning catch basins and disposing sediment and pollutants in a licensed municipal solid waste facility. During snow seasons, the village calculates road conditions and snowplow speeds, then calibrates our salting and de-icing equipment to apply only enough salt and de-icer material so as they minimize any environmental impact. The village also provides curbside leaf collection twice a year and operates a yard waste collection site. Municipally owned properties larger than 5 acres are required to be evaluated for fertilizer application, as well as implement necessary measures to reduce stormwater contamination from municipal sources within all source water protection areas. Specific training is required for all village personnel involved in these programs. Stormwater quality management. Improving and maintaining good water quality is the overriding goal of the Clean Water Utility. One measure of our efforts is to measure the amount of pollutants that are removed in a watershed before the water enters Lake Michigan or the Des Plaines River. Some of these pollutants include soil sediment, fertilizer, bacteria, and organic waste. Currently, the village removes 28.1% of the total suspended solids, or TSS, from the watershed. One new mandate requires that by 2013, the percentage of TSS required to be removed is 40%. Measuring this removal employs DNR-approved modeling software called SLAM, or Source Loading and Management Model, that takes actual inputs for different best management practices used by the village. The village must increase the percentage of pollutants removed from the stormwater runoff and entering area waterways to 40% by the year 2013. In the recently adopted budget for 2007 is a new program that begins our process to address this issue. Using consultants specializing in stormwater management will identify using capital projects and operational methods that ensure we'll meet the 40% removal mandate by 2013. Non-implementation of any of these required programs or not meeting these measures will result in the village attaining a status of noncompliance, when fines can be as high as $10,000 per day. 3. Saving for future projects. Today, Pleasant Prairie has a system of storm infrastructure with a total value of $20 million. Assuming a reasonable lifespan of 40 years, the annual physical depreciation to the integrity of the system is $500,000 per year. This amount should be collected and used to create a replacement program or fund to deal with ongoing deterioration or future failure of the existing infrastructure. 4. Capital projects. New capital projects for 2007 include some non-assessable projects such as replacing equipment and vehicles for the utility. It also includes installing some behind-the-curb sump pump lines at various locations in the village. Sump water running freely into the roadway during winter months freezes and accumulates into a thick slab of ice. Removing this ice accumulation with heavy equipment requires extra time and salt from the public work crews, which decreases water quality. Another mandate of the NR 216 discharge permit requires the village to construct a collection system for street sweeping debris. This collection system will consist of a settling tank to allow solids and water to separate. Once settled, the clean water is discharged, while the remaining sediment and pollutants are removed and deposited in a licensed landfill. In total, Pleasant Prairie Village Board has approved a clean water utility budget of $819,000. Let's break that down. $164,173 annual operating expense. $97,318 new programs to meet mandated permit requirements. $400,000 money deposited into a replacement fund for deteriorating infrastructure. And $155,433 2007 capital items and projects. Any budget surplus will be applied to the following year's budget. 3 different options or methods to fund the 2007 Clean Water Utility budget were presented to the Village Board. Choosing any of the 3 options would provide $819,000 to fund the 2007 budget. Option 1, a flat rate charge. There are 8,896 parcels within the village of Pleasant Prairie, and dividing the total budget of $819,000 by the total number of parcels results in a flat rate of $7.67 per parcel. Regardless of size, use, or the amount of impervious surface area, each parcel would pay $7.67 per month to the utility. This would include large commercial and tax-exempt properties. Option 2, consider only impervious surfaces. Examples of impervious areas are driveways, parking lots, building footprints, and sidewalks. Using information contained in village databases, the total impervious area of each property in the village is known. And in total, the village has 49 million square feet of impervious area. Dividing $819,000 by the amount of impervious area results in a rate of $1.39 for every 1,000 square feet of impervious area contained on each property per month. This option exempts vacant land parcels which produce stormwater runoff, especially during winter months when the ground is frozen, and shifts or increases the amount paid by property owners with buildings or parking lots. Option 3, consider impervious surface, parcel size, and land surface type. This method is known as TR55, taking its name from the United States Department of Agriculture publication Technical Release 55. This engineering-based method considers the amount of water that soaks into or runs off different soil types and land types during a rainfall. This method also takes into account the amount of structural and non-structural impervious surfaces, such as rooftops and paving, which may exist on a property. This method is acknowledged in providing an accurate and reliable method of determining how much stormwater each property has the potential to discharge. Option 3 has been chosen by the Village Board to use as a funding method for Pleasant Prairie's clean water utility.